Take cover!
It's a big moment for the Transformers franchise right now. Paramount's deal with Hasbro, the company that actually owns Transformers, is set to expire in 2029. That means they need to get the new movies into production before then, if they want to keep the film rights. It's already mid-2025, so with just about 4.5 years left, and after a bunch of movies over the last decade that got mixed reaction, Paramount really needs to step it up. There's been a lot of buzz lately, with news and rumors all over the place. So in this video, we're breaking down 6 Transformers movies that are either confirmed, in development, or very likely to happen after Rise of the Beasts from 2023. Let's get into it. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Transformers 8, Rise of Unicron. Alright, so Paramount has officially confirmed its plans for 2 direct sequels to Transformers Rise of the Beasts from 2023. Transformers 8 and Transformers 9 are said to be on their way, and it's likely picking up where Rise of the Beasts left off and forming a new trilogy. While exact details are yet to be known, the biggest buzz around Transformers 8 is the possible arrival of the colossal threat called Unicron. Fans will remember that at the end of the Rise of the Beasts, this planet-eating monster was teased as the ultimate villain. The tentative title for the next film, Transformers Rise of Unicron, strongly suggests that this massive transformer will be taking center stage. This means we could be seeing some truly universe-spanning action as the Autobots and Maximals encounter a threat unlike anything they've ever come across. The ending of the Rise of the Beasts also made it clear that Transformers exist beyond Earth. We saw a massive alien spaceship, which could hint at the extent of the Transformers universe beyond our planet. Transformers 8 can be predicted to include some cosmic element, which could involve our heroes being taken to outer space to confront Unicron, or even find and recruit new allies in the fight. Good news for those who enjoyed Rise of the Beasts, though, as it is confirmed that Stephen Cable Jr., the director of the same, is set to return for Transformers 8. Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback are both expected to return to their roles as Noah and Elena. It'll be interesting to see how average humans deal with disastrous events as the stakes get even higher. Other than them, details about new or returning human and Transformer characters are still being kept secret. As of now, there's no confirmed release date for Transformers 8. While there are fan-made trailers online, Paramount has yet to release an official trailer or provide any major production updates. This means we'll have to be patient, but the anticipation is building for what promises to be a spectacular new chapter in the Transformers saga. Transformers 9. Let's move on to what's expected to be the third movie in this trilogy. Transformers 9 is said to be in development and will likely bring the story that started with Rise of the Beasts to a close. This one's expected to go even deeper into the Beast Wars universe, which means we could see new Maximal, Predacon, and more of that ancient conflict they're part of. It's also where we'll probably see Unicron finally take center stage as the main threat. If that's the case, the movie's clearly building up to something huge, with Earth and maybe even the entire Transformers universe hanging in the balance. As for the cast, it's a conservative and safe bet that Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback will return as Noah and Elena, having been central to the new trilogy's human element, but the other returning character, be it a human or a Transformer, remain a mystery, and something that depends on the storyline of Transformers 8. Although a release date for Transformers 9 is still unconfirmed, the industry speculation suggests a 2028 or 2029 arrival for it. Josh Cooley live-action film. In an interesting turn of events for the Transformers franchise, despite the critical praise for the animated film, Transformers 1, which was released in 2024, its box office performance was a major disappointment. The fans had high hopes for an animated series that would dig deeper into the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron on Cybertron. However, director Josh Cooley himself confirmed that because of the film's underwhelming financial performance, Paramount is not going to be moving forward with the sequel, and therefore is canceling the planned animated series. While disheartening for those who appreciated Cooley's fresh interpretation of Transformers in Transformers 1, this news isn't the end of his involvement with the franchise. Reports from Puck News indicate that Josh Cooley is now set to direct a new live-action Transformers film. This project is still very much in its early stages and quite far from being given the green light. The details about its storyline, cast, or even its place within the grander Transformers cinematic universe are very much unknown. However, if this live-action venture does get greenlit, it'll be a significant vote of confidence in Cooley's directorial vision from the studio side by offering him a deserved second shot at a Transformers film after the unfortunate box office fate of Transformers 1. Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover. The highly anticipated crossover between two of Hasbro's most iconic franchises, Transformers and G.I. Joe, seems to be moving forward officially, with a tentative release date said to be for 2026. The rumors about this epic collaboration had been knocking for months, and with Transformers Rise of the Beasts providing the first concrete live-action link, a team-up between the two seemed imminent. The ending of Rise of the Beasts saw Noah Diaz, Anthony Ramos' character, being offered a strange security job by Ancient Burke, played by Michael Kelly. This seemingly dubious offer soon revealed Burke to be part of the covert organization known as G.I. Joe, which was said to be operating from a hidden base with advanced technology. This scene helped lay the groundwork for the two giant franchises to finally merge on the big screen, which is a moment fans have dreamed of for decades. This will be the first live-action collaboration in the movies, because Transformers and G.I. Joe have a rich history of teaming up in the comic book world, dating back to Marvel Comics in 1987. These comic book crossovers quite often featured a strong alliance between the Decepticons and Cobra Command, which raised the stakes considerably. The live-action movie is expected to follow this tradition, promising a fight for the good side as the Autobots and Joes join forces. Current reports suggest that the G.I. Joe crossover is still in early development, with two distinct ideas being explored for the storyline. But the excitement in seeing the Decepticons and Cobra working together in live action, potentially after realizing their respective enemies have joined forces for good, is a fascinating possibility that could elevate the conflict to levels never seen before. Adding to the anticipation, Derek Connolly, known for his work on blockbusters like Jurassic World and Detective Pikachu, has been brought in to pen the script. A powerhouse producing team is also on board, including the likes of Lorenzo de Bonaventura, Michael Bay, Mark Varadian, Don Murphy, and Tom DeSanto, with Hasbro Entertainment and Steven Spielberg serving as executive producers. Furthermore, reports from the industry in 2024 wrote that Chris Hemsworth, who was fresh off his role as a young Optimus Prime in Transformers 1, was in talks to star in the crossover movie, even though his specific role, whether he would be a G.I. Joe member or a new Transformer, remains a subject of speculation. The Michael Bay movie, in a potentially game-changing development for the Transformers movie franchise. The original director, Michael Bay, is reportedly making a comeback to the director's seat for a new live-action installment. From 2007 to 2017, Bay directed 5 Transformers films, which, despite often receiving mixed critical reviews, consistently delivered huge box office returns, with some even crossing the $1 billion mark globally. Since his last directorial effort in the franchise, which was in Transformers The Last Knight in 2017, Bay has ventured into other projects, which include films like Six Underground and Ambuland. In the meantime, the Transformers franchise has seen a shift with spin-offs like Bumblebee, Rise of the Beasts, and Transformers 1. While these films were generally better critically received, they haven't reached the financial heights that Michael Bay's films achieved. The absence of his directorial vision has been noticeable in the box office number for the franchise's latter projects, even though he was still involved as a producer on those films. As per Puck News, it was Michael Bay who had himself approached Paramount with a proposal to develop and potentially direct a new Transformers film. He's reportedly collaborating with writer Jordan Van Dien, who is known for his work on projects like Animaniac and Dodgeball 2. Keep in mind that this project is separate from the earlier mentioned live-action Transformers film by Josh Cooley, but Michael Bay's potential return could seriously reignite the early momentum and box office success that played such a major part in his earlier Transformers movie. However, with the audience's tastes shifting over time, Bay must remember that success this time around will rely on more than just the spectacle and explosions he's very well known for. Overuse and overexploitation of these hyper and ultra action sequences in the past few Transformers films have made these elements lose their interest in the eyes of audiences. He has a task to adapt and still ensure his touch of creativity in his new Transformers project. But as of now, Michael Bay remains busy with other ventures. He's developing a project based on the viral Skippity Toilet meme, which has brought in a considerable amount of attention. On top of that, he's working on an action film, which would also mark a reunion with his successful Bad Boy star, none other than Will Smith, with the project titled Fast and Loose. Angel Manuel Soto's movie. While the Transformers universe is buzzing with new trilogies and possibly ambitious crossover, another live-action spin-off that would be intriguing to watch is a project set to be directed by Angel Manuel Soto, known for his work on Blue Beetle. This solo project, initially announced in 2021, aims to stand out with its own distinct narrative, which means a separate storyline, away from both the Michael Bay-directed films and the ongoing Rise of the Beasts trilogy. The former showrunner for Netflix's The Defender, Marco Ramirez, was also brought on board to write the screenplay, However, recent updates from veteran Transformers producer Lorenzo de Bonaventura revealed that the progress on this particular film has been underwhelming. When chatting in an interview with Screen Rant, he made it clear that the future of this very project largely relies on the development of a suitable and compelling script. He even admitted a level of uncertainty regarding this movie, while seeming reluctant to commit fully to the project until a strong screenplay materializes. To complicate matters further, Soto himself was dissatisfied with the initial screenplay he had received, as per report. So, in pursuit of a creative interest that resonated well with his directorial vision, Soto even rejected the first script and went on to process a completely new concept. This was met with enthusiasm from the production team, who seemed eager to explore his fresh take. Unfortunately, this momentum that they had gained from this new direction was badly impacted by the Writers Guild of America strike in 2023, which basically put a pause on the rewriting process. But fans are naturally curious about what could possibly be the storyline for this standalone venture, and which characters might be a part of this, along with the new directions it could explore, given that it's completely unrelated and independent from the established live-action series with its continuity. However, details for this project remain largely scarce, primarily due to the crucial absence of a finalized script that can align with Soto's vision, as well as the studio's expectation to move this further in the production process. Outro. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the future of the Transformers movie. We've uncovered a solid lineup of films, some already confirmed and others still very much in their early stage, awaiting the green light. From a possible Michael Bay return with his signature explosive style, to a fresh standalone story from Angel Manuel Soto, and the next chapters in the Rise of the Beast trilogy. It's clear the franchise is heading in a lot of interesting direction. And of course, there's the long-awaited crossover with G.I. Joe. Which fans have been hoping to see for years. That said, it's worth remembering that this isn't the first time Paramount has announced big Transformers plans. Projects like the Optimus Prime solo movie and the Transformers Prime film were revealed, then quietly canceled or shelved. So while things are looking exciting, it's best to stay realistic until we see actual progress. For now, all we can do is wait and keep the fan theories going. I'll leave you with a quote that sums up how most of us feel right now. We are here. We are waiting. If you liked the video, drop a like, share it with your friend, and let us know in the comments which Transformers movie you're most hyped for. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Marvelous Videos for more content like this. See you next time. Ciao.